Yo, yo, yo. Another day, another adventure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So right now I am streaming in I'm streaming in portrait mode. I just thought, yeah, let's film in portrait mode. Most people use their phones this way anyway. So why not just make the stream this way? Yeah. Most people watch on mobile, right? Let me know. What do you watch videos on? Do you watch videos on mobile or do you watch videos on caught your typo? What's my typo? Oh crap, what does it say? Most people watch on mobile. That's what I'm thinking too. Oh, I said live stream. Oh crap. I was using Siri, so I just didn't like read it fast enough before I hit next. So I'm in Memphis. I'm going back to SF like soon. Very soon. San Francisco. San Francisco. Right now I'm just walking in the park. This park I used to go to back in the day when I was like younger. Hella people would come to this park, and it's still here. It looks pretty much the same. It's a good place to stream. It's like outdoors. Temperature's not bad. Maybe it's like 45 degrees, I'm guessing. What's better, SF or Memphis? I like SF way more than Memphis just because of there's a lot more happening in SF. There's a lot of things happening in SF versus most places in the US, yo. So I really like SF. I mean, here is home, and home is a very familiar place, you know. I know a lot of people, I know a lot of places to go, I know a lot of neighborhoods. It's just a familiar place. But San Francisco is it's more like a different jungle. It's more like I get there and it's just a whole different vibe, you know. It's a whole different culture, it's a whole different, the weather is completely different. Um, yeah, I like it. I don't know, will I ever move back to Memphis? Don't really know if I'll move back to Memphis. I don't want to move back to Memphis, but I don't know, maybe that can change in the future. Or maybe in the future something happens here where there's like lots of more opportunities or there's just more happening things. I should come back to Morocco. Maybe I should come back to Morocco. Yeah, it's crazy. A lot of people like my hair here. Like almost every day, like I've had multiple people come up to me and say like, "Yo, you got some cool hair," or like, "How did you do this?" You know, and I'm like, "Oh, I just used the crochet hook and just crocheted it in." And they're like, "What kind of hair is this?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, some hair from Amazon." And they're like, "Amazon sells hair?" And I'm like, "Yeah, Amazon sells like everything." I like Florida way more than Memphis. A lot of people, well, one thing I noticed about here, a lot of people here love Memphis. Like, for real. Like, they, like, love Memphis with, like, a freaking passion, yo. And they're just very, they just love their city. Like, it's crazy, like, how much people, like, love their city. And most people don't leave, so they don't really have anything to compare it with. So to them, this is the most awesome place in the world because this is it, you know? But I mean, I definitely like the vibes here. Like, there's definitely some awesome vibes. Like, people are very friendly, yo. I must admit, people are more friendly here than they are in anywhere in California that I've ever went to. And I'm not saying that everywhere in California people are, you know, not friendly, but just people are way more friendlier here. I must point out. But then here is a much slower place. You know what I mean? It's not like most places in California. Most places in California are a little on the uptick, like they're a little bit more fast moving than around here. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's one thing I've noticed about around here. I'm just hanging out under these trees because the lighting looks a whole lot better versus being out in the sun. Do you think iPhone 11 is a good camera for vlogging with the front camera? So majority of my videos I've made lately have been all made with the iPhone 7. No, with the iPhone 11. One problem I've noticed about the iPhone 11, the front camera, is this is really weird, but like whenever you film with it, the space, like the video size is like enormous. And what I mean by that, like sometimes I'll make a video and it's like 8 minutes long and it's like 8 gigs long. So my phone's only 128 gigabytes, and I have like lots of cache with YouTube, so that's like about 75, no, not 75 gigs. That's about 27 gigs of just cache with YouTube app. And then, I still have a lot of like videos like saved on my phone that I haven't edited. So those are like much larger files. So like sometimes I have to be careful when I'm making a video because I don't want to like run out of space, because I still have to have enough space to render the video. So I've noticed that's one bad thing about the camera. If you're filming 4K 60 with the front camera, the space is gonna eat up like crazy. I don't know what it's like in 4K 30 because I've never filmed in 4K 30. Like as soon as I took it out of the box, I just put it on 4K 60 and just left it there. Very slow pace, real life turtle. Yeah, but one thing I noticed here, like people seem to be very, very happy. Like a lot of people get married, like young. A lot of people tend to have kids. A lot of people tend to like literally like live it like a normal life versus most people in California. Most people in California are, not most people in California, but if you're in the city, you may be 40 years old and you may be living in a house with roommates, And here, some people never have roommates because housing's really cheap. Like you can get your own place, You can get your own studio for $500 a month versus, what you would pay for a studio in San Francisco, which would be, I don't know, much more than $500 a month. So it's a couple things I've noticed here. I don't get crabs. I don't know how to get rid of it. What are peeps saying about your hair? For the most part, like a lot of people like really like my hair. It's kind of cool. I don't know if they're just saying that to just be nice, but like a lot of people have told me, like at least every day someone has told me, another day, another adventure. I'm from Memphis, Maine. It's just not much to do here. Yeah, for the most part, you know what I've been doing, guys? I've been going to sleep like really early, and I've been waking up like really late because I don't know, I know people here, but people like eventually like at least a lot of people I know here, like their lives have changed, like they've got married or they have kids, so they're just different. Like they just don't go out as much, and I totally understand. If I had a partner, I probably wouldn't go out as much either. And if I had kids, I definitely wouldn't go out as much. So when I come back home, a lot of people are like just doing their own thing, and look, I don't usually just bother people. Like if I'll go online and like I'll go online and be like, yo, I'm in town. Like anybody want to chill? Like I'll be in town for X amount of days. And then if people want to chill, like I'll just let them message me versus trying to message people. So this trip's been super chill. Like I don't know, when I was in San Francisco last week, I got super nervous when I was coming here because I was like, oh, I don't know what it's gonna be like, and oh, I'm freaking stressing out, and I don't know what's going on, and I don't know, and do I really want to go? And like I just don't have to go show up to the airport if I want to. Like I can just stay here in San Francisco. And then I was just like, why am I freaking out? Freaking out about what? And then I come here and like everything's like super chill. Everything's like relaxed, It's nothing like I thought it was gonna be. And I thought that too before I left. I thought, yo, I'm gonna get here and it's gonna be nothing like I'm thinking right now. And that's exactly what happened. That was a lot of talking. Hello from Israel. Sleeping elephant. Sleep, bro. Sleep. I got so much sleep just because I mean, it just like to go to a coffee shop, I have to go like 2 miles in the car, you know? And on a normal day in San Francisco, I stay within a 2 mile radius from where I sleep. You know what I mean? And a lot of that is in just one direction, which is kind of weird. How are your nephews? Spend some time with them. Yeah, I'm gonna go visit my brother and his wife and his kids in a couple hours. My mom's gonna pick me up like pretty soon. Did you hear about the new YouTube rules? Yeah, so basically I'm just gonna go and just make all of my channels, none of them for children, and I'm just gonna hope that that works. Hopefully, like I'm still on YouTube. Like I really don't care anymore. Like for the most part, I'm gonna keep it real. Like I'm just kind of over YouTube. That's kind of why I don't make videos all the time. But I still want to make videos for the people that like follow me. But it's not like a large stream of income anymore. Like I've definitely like diverse my income, and it just seems like it's just more work now. Like especially with traveling when I'm in a different country, and I want to upload a video for you guys because I want to share like an experience, but then I have all these problems like, the internet's really slow, or it's like insanely expensive, like $7 a gigabyte, and a video is like 5 gigabytes. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, you pay crazy amount for internet, and then it's still slow. So it's kind of like I don't know. Like I'm just getting over it. And then every time you look up, there's more and more rules on YouTube. Every time I look up, there's more and more YouTubers that I follow that they're just not on YouTube anymore. Either they just stop making videos, or they're afraid to make videos, or they just get removed from YouTube completely. So I just don't know what to think anymore. So now I'm just like, yo, just don't worry about it. Just go with the flow, just go with the flow. I got a whole different strategy. I'm back in San Francisco. I'll probably stay in San Francisco for a while. I want to work. I want to save money. I want to put like money in a lot of different apps. I want to invest money in lots of different apps. Some of those investment apps. And I kind of just want to do that for a little bit. And if YouTube, goes away, YouTube just goes away. There's a lot of things changing in the whole social media space right now, guys. If you look at Instagram, they're getting rid of likes. And what is that going to do? That's really going to screw a lot of influencers. And I think it's going to screw a lot of girl influencers. Like I think this is like I kind of don't want to say this, but it's almost like a sexist move because most people know that like girls have far more success on Instagram than guys do. Like far more success. Like more people would look at a girl's body versus like any other thing like that you can freaking put online. You just put like a decent girl in front of a broke down car, and you could promote that car. You put a decent looking girl on a skateboard, you can promote that skateboard because guys are gonna be like, oh, look at that skateboard and look at the girl on it, So now they're getting rid of likes on Instagram, and let's think like, how many female influencers, just think about this, guys, like real talk, how many female influencers out there do you know who make like sexy Instagram photos, and they just post them on the internet? And how many guys spend so much time like clicking on them? Like I click on them all the time. Like right now, I'm following like hella people with dreadlocks, So I'm like clicking on a lot of like, chicks with dreadlocks, And I notice like some girls have a lot of likes and some girls don't, But that's really gonna really screw a lot of those girls because now me being a guy, if I know that I can't see the likes, well, what the fuck? Why am I even gonna leave a like anymore? Why would I even leave a like? So to the influencers, I believe what's gonna happen, they're gonna watch their likes drastically go down. Because if I can't see the likes, it's almost like what value does the picture has, Whenever I see Kanye West share a photo and it's just some random photo and I see 2 million likes on that photo, like I'm actually more interested in the photo because I'm thinking 2 million other people like this photo, So I'm like, yo, what's the hype about this photo? But if they don't show that 2 million, like, and I still see Kanye West post it, I'm just gonna be like, what the hell he post this for, So I think it's kind of messed up, but it's definitely gonna screw a lot of female influencers, yo. it's just gonna screw like all influencers basically. But I feel it's gonna really get a lot of girl influencers, like a lot, because a lot of girl influencers rely on um, money like to promote like girl stuff, okay, like swimsuits and hair accessories and shoes and all that. It's really gonna affect them because now they're gonna get like, or this is just my opinion, they're just gonna get way less likes because guys are not gonna see the value of the photo. They're not gonna see the value of the photo. Yeah, teenagers are doing crazy stuff to get likes. Yeah, but it doesn't really. Yeah, I can see that. That's true. Insta chicks, you will never love you. Insta is a waste of time. Trust me, they'll find a new way to get likes. I stopped on it because I couldn't afford the basket film and asking you young people. Yes. Oh gosh, hello from Macedonia. Yeah, that's true. Jermaine, go buy a home in Chicago. Where did that come from? What was the last country you visited? I visited, what was it? Guatemala. Yeah, the new YouTube rules freaking suck. Oh, cool. You like the glasses? Oh, thanks. Yeah, that is true. Our life is definitely connected to social media. It is definitely connected to social media. Is that a good thing or is that a bad thing? I mean, a lot of people instantly say, "Oh, it's a bad thing," and yeah, we can agree it's a bad thing. But how many people are watching this on social media? Crazy. It's like a whole. This is like filming. This is like a whole different like live stream holding a phone vertical. Like it feels like a completely different live stream. Like completely different live stream. It's pretty dope actually because it's like this way instead of like sideways. But then also another thing about Instagram, Instagram figured out that it's a lot of people that are using us and making lots of money, and we can't make any money off of that. So that's another thing that not Amazon, but Instagram figured out. And they're like, look, if we get rid of these likes, it's gonna slow these influencers down, and maybe the advertisers will come to us, and then we can put the ads on, people's page, and it'll be sort of more like YouTube. Um, I don't know. I just see this being really bad, actually. What country are you in now? I am still in the U.S. Yeah, I am in Memphis, which is almost like another country. Like, I mean, I'm not trying to hate, but like anything outside of California is almost like another country, basically. Because here it's just very different. Like California is democratic, and here is it's definitely a red state. Yeah, definitely a red state. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean that in a way of it's different than California. Like red states, certain things fly and certain things don't. In blue states, certain things fly and other things don't. The red states and blue states have different priorities, and when you live in one and you go to another one, you can definitely see the differences. You definitely see the differences. Red states. One thing about red states I've noticed, you just don't see as many homeless people. You don't see the same type of crime that you see in blue states. Um, but don't get me wrong. Like I'm not saying that one is better than the other one. Red states tend to be far more conservative, and it takes them longer to do certain things. Blue states tend to be, I don't know. I don't want to really talk about politics here. I found out that the historic content on channels are safe. Now looking at gamers like this. Yeah, I think it'll be okay. The YouTube thing. Yeah, but YouTube's scary, man. So many people have left YouTube. And now majority of the things I watch on YouTube are like news articles. And it's not even from a person. It's from a company. Like it's from a group of people like working with like a news set, you know what I mean? And it's just kind of lame. Like I like those videos that people would just make, you know, and they just talk about themselves, talk about their lives. But those videos are like disappearing because YouTube wants videos where everything is scripted and everything is thought out before the video is made. They don't want spontaneous videos. They don't want random videos. They want something that's very uniform. They want something that's very, I don't know. I just don't, I'm just kind of over it. I heard SF has a lot of homeless. SF has a lot of homeless. Yes, SF has a lot of homeless. Now, a place like Memphis definitely has homeless, but not like SF. Like you can go to some certain neighborhoods in SF and just see like mad homeless people. It's nothing like that down south. It is nothing like that down south because these people wouldn't stand for it. You know, they would not stand for it. But then in California, California has a lot of problems that like people you don't hear about. So like one problem that California has with homeless people is you have states in the U.S. that has homeless people, right? And then what they'll do is they'll get their homeless people and gather them up and put them on a bus and send them to California and give them like $200 and send them to California, right? What do? They just get drunk on the bus the whole way. They get to California. They maybe have $100, right? And what are you gonna do with $100 in freaking California when you're homeless? You ain't gonna be able to do nothing except for buy more alcohol and just keep getting fucked up. And then as soon as you get to California, what do? Well, first thing, you love the weather because you know that you're not gonna freeze to death in the winter, like most places in the U.S. where I mean, come December, January, February, it is cold and you just can't survive outside. But if you are in a place like Los Angeles, you can survive outside all year. I mean, in the wintertime, you're gonna be straight. I mean, it hardly ever rains in Los Angeles. Like Los Angeles, it would literally be the place to be, or even a better place would be Hawaii. But I don't know how you're gonna get there. You gotta really do some serious panhandling to get a flight over to Hawaii. But I mean, people do it. When I was in Hawaii, I saw so many homeless people living on the beach. I said to myself, yo, if I ever became homeless, Hawaii is the place to be. It is the place to be. But you probably get treated like crap though. But yeah, that's another problem that California has. You have a lot of, you know, these states that, you know, have much smaller budgets. You know, they can't afford to deal with the homeless people. They can't afford to run a homeless. They can't afford to like have all these homeless services in their cities because, you know, put it like this: when you have low home values, when the home values are lower, the city ain't making as much money, yo. In a place like California, you look at the average home price is like literally double the average home price of most places in the US, especially down south, all right? When you have home values like that are that high, like property tax is higher. So cities are making more money. So since cities are making more money, they have more money to fund different services like within the community. Unlike places like in the middle of the country where home values are much lower and then people just don't make as much money. You know, people in California make the most, on average. So like you look at it and like that's why there's a lot of homeless services in San Francisco because people make people make tons of money and like real estate is very expensive, so they're taxing the crap out of people so they have more money to support these services. And a lot of like these, you know, Republican states, you know, people who voted for Trump, make America great again, they don't have the money, you know, they don't have the money for these services, so it's cheaper to put them on a bus for $200 and get rid of them and then give them another $200. That's $400, you know, and then let California deal with it. They have more money and they're democratic, you know. They hate that, yo. They hate to see California, you know, being the America, the state that everyone looks up to, the, you know, the big state, the one that the leader of state. Like they hate that, yo. They want to be the leader of state, but what do? They don't do shit. They don't innovate. They don't. They're conservative, yo. Like when have conservatives ever been? I don't want to talk about politics here anyway. Sorry. Anyway, my bad. They're rounding up all of them. I heard California sent them to Nevada. California are sending them to Nevada. That's actually not like that sound kind of messed up, but that's not a bad place to send them. But then at the same time, you like displacing people. Like, not all homeless people are like the same. You know what I mean? Like some homeless people, like maybe they came from another place. But then what if you got people that have lived there their whole life and like you're taking them and you're moving them to another place? Like, that's kind of messed up. Versus someone who is been moving around for, the past 20 years. I mean, if you tell them, hey, you going to Nevada, they may be like, yeah, let's go. I ain't never been there before. You know? Meth, alcohol is mental health. Are there a problem? Yeah. I just thought they're trends and they used to be anymore. Why don't they just go up to the middle of America and sell apartments on the deadline? I don't know. It costs money to do that. I mean, it doesn't cost that much money in the middle of America because people don't make as much, and it doesn't really cost that much to build stuff in the middle of the U.S. Not as many regulations. But then I don't know. I think you just can't build anywhere in the U.S. in the middle because of tornadoes or something. California is the sixth largest economy in the world. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean, dude, without California, like the U.S. wouldn't even be the same country, yo. Like if California became its own country, we would definitely have to build a really, really big wall, like a really big wall, because there's a lot of borders in California. But like, dude, it would definitely, it could be a superpower, yo. Like straight up. It has a lot of debt, but I don't know exactly how that would happen if it became its own country. Would it get its own currency? Would it get the cow bill? The cow bill. Subscriber from Korea. What up, Korea in the house? That would be super cool if California. I think that would be super dope if California was its own country. But the U.S. would never let that happen because they know that if California wasn't a part of the U.S. wouldn't really be much. Because California is so much, yo. It's so much, like so such a large chunk of like everything. Hollywood and Silicon Valley, basically. Like that's mad, yo. How long will you be in Bluff? How long will you be in the Bluff City? Bluff City. I won't be here for long, yo. You trying to hang out? Like I'm at Overton Park right now. I'm just sitting on a bench. Everybody was telling me, "Oh, it's so cold outside." I went outside and I'm like, "Well, it's definitely not warm, but it's not it's not freezing." And I'm like, "Yo, I'm about to go chill. I'm about to go to the park, yo." So I'm just at the park hanging out. Like I don't think it's that bad out here. Don't get ahead of yourself. What do you mean don't get ahead of myself? Please expand. What do you mean don't get ahead of myself? Did I say something like cocky or something? When I was talking about California, I mean it's a lot of. I mean everything I'm saying is true about California. Yo. Like you can look it up. Who did your hair is cool. Oh, I did my hair myself. I did it with the crochet hook. Is Memphis called a bluff city? Yeah, it is. I just haven't heard anyone say that term in a minute. That's why I got it. That's why I like started tripping. I was like, dang, the bluff city. I ain't heard that term in a minute. Like that's what like our old school Memphis folks would say. So when I hear that one, I'm like, oh yeah, somebody for real. Yeah, they ain't born and raised around here. you know, I'm from New York. I'm New York. New York. New York, New York. Hey, so question. Let's talk about Tesla. I don't know if y'all like into stocks and all that, but like anybody been following Tesla? Was it like the summer and winter like in Memphis? Is it like South Cali? No. Okay, the summer and winters are very, very different versus California here. The winters can get below freezing. It doesn't usually snow, but there is the chance that it could snow. You know, there is the chance that it could snow once or twice per winter. And when that usually happens, it's usually snow or ice. When that usually happens, if it's really bad, the city shuts down because you know when a city has snow once or twice a year, and then some years it doesn't have any snow, it's kind of not worth investing all the money into the snow equipment. So a place like here just kind of doesn't. If it snows like that, the city just shuts down. You know, they recommend don't drive your car because you might crash and hit someone, and then you have to deal with all that crap that you wouldn't have to deal with if you just would have left your lazy ass at home and just ordered it off Amazon, basically. So that's kind of how it works around here. But for the most part, you know, it doesn't get that cold. It doesn't get like, you know, 0 degrees, you know what I mean? It doesn't get like that around here. You know, maybe it gets to the 20s. Hopefully this person is in the US. They know what I'm talking about when I say 20s. But the summertime, it can get pretty warm. It can get close to the 100-degree mark. You know, there'll definitely be 100-degree days. But this part of the U.S. is very used to that. Like everybody has air conditioning. Most houses have central air conditioning. So it's you know, people are just very, very used to it, you know. But yeah, it definitely gets very warm and very hot. Very similar to weather in New York City. Like very similar weather in New York City. New York doesn't get that cold, you know. I mean, it definitely gets, I guess New York gets down to 0 quite often. I guess New York's a little bit colder than here. Yeah. When are you coming to Ghana? I don't know when I'm coming. November, December, February, March. Are these travel times? Wow, you look like, wow, you left LA. Yeah, I left San Francisco. I wasn't in LA. I had a layover in LA. Whoo, hoo, hoo, hoo. I'm super excited. I don't know for what. They gonna hang up my brother later. Oh, snow season. Yeah, it definitely can snow around here. And when it starts snowing, it'll look like a day just like today. Like just look like that. Like that mean anything. Like that let y'all know what's going on. Oh, what's going on, Josh? When it gets cold, upstate New York is awesome all year round. Oh, upstate New York's awesome all year round. I think most of California is awesome all year round. I don't know about upstate New York. I think that would be really cold in the winter. And not that I'm hating on cold places. I just noticed that like it's definitely a different life. Like it's a different life when you're in like California in the winter versus Memphis. Like I remember getting off that plane, I was like, yo, it is freaking cold out there. Like, dang, yo. Yeah, but that's that Memphis though. That wind gonna hit you, yo. It's gonna hit you. It's gonna smack you in the face. Something is like pulling back here. Let me pull this one up. There we go. Oh, oops. This one is tying these down. So I gotta put this one back over here. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. I'm trying to keep the front with my face shown and just keep everything out the front. Yes, 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 yes. Hey, what's going on? Somebody tell me a story. Is there anyone in this stream? Or am I just talking to myself? You can't believe that. You can't believe what? Oh, there's 49 people in this stream. Oh wow, that looks so much better. Oh my gosh, take the glasses off. Ooh, I can see the screen like crystal clear. Y'all drive on snow and ice. I bet y'all do drive on snow and ice because y'all way more prepared for it, and it happens way more often up there too. When are you going to Rio de Janeiro? So that is a place in Central America, no, in South America, I will go to just because we don't need a visa anymore. And they speak Portuguese and not Spanish, so I just won't feel as guilty about going down there and not knowing that language. So that's one thing I'm gonna do. But I don't know when. Like, I don't know when I'm gonna take a trip because I've been working, like, I just been doing other things lately. I've been doing some San Francisco stuff. And I don't know, I kind of want to take a break for a little bit from traveling. Just a little bit. Feels really good. Y'all should I make some dreadlock videos? Like videos talking about dreadlocks? Well, I need to crochet this one. This is one like, oh man, I got so creative with my hair. Like I've just like on some of the short ones, I've took them like off, but I need to crochet this one more. I need to pin this part down because this is poking out. But I connected two together here. Dude, dreadlocks are really freaking awesome. Yeah, you can still make money with caviar. Yeah, you can still make like 250 a day with a skateboard if you pushing it and if you taking the bus. But like when I got this hair was so freaking time consuming, yo. It was so I almost want to dye my actual hair red, like my hair here. I want to dye red, I think. But like this one is so when I got it, it was super straight. But then I want to crochet it so like it'll have like lumps in it and stuff, so it'll look more like a dread versus a straight piece of hair. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, it feels really good actually. It feels incredible. I love the way it looks. It's got a different look to it. And like, there's so many different hairstyles I can wear. Like, I haven't been making videos, but I have been since I haven't been wearing the helmet. Like, I've been wearing so many different hairstyles. Is TaskRabbit easy to get hired in SF? Not exactly. It's actually a very difficult app to get hired because they know like they know like people don't leave the app. You know, people use the app a lot. They love the app once they get on board. You must have been reading some of my Facebook posts about TaskRabbit. I've been saying some pretty amazing things about TaskRabbit via social media. Yeah, I need to crochet this one. But like, dude, I've got so good at crocheting now. I'm not so great at the root, crocheting at the root, because I haven't got as much practice with it. That's why my roots are like not so glamorous. But some of them, I have crocheted the root. I was going to let them grow out a little bit and then I was going to interlock them. I keep going to this one for some reason. Let's like thread this one under here. There we go. So like, it's not even there anymore. Yeah, I haven't interlocked them yet. I got a couple more months before I can interlock them. Don't crochet roots. Why you said don't crochet roots? Another alternative. Oh, if you're in Long Beach, I would say try caviar, yo. How long are you gonna keep extensions in, bro? I don't know. I keep them in for a couple months, like at least the red ones, for like a couple months, and then maybe I'll go to like maybe I'll like dye my hair like I probably won't dye my hair red. Maybe I'll dye my hair like I don't know another color, and then add some extensions of just another color, and then add some more extensions. Maybe I'll do blue or blonde, because I think it would be crazy to have some blue hair. But I won't do this for a while. And honestly, I'm just doing this because I can do it. You know what I mean? Because I know so many people they just can't have their hair like this because they have a job, and men don't have hair like this, so you can't have your hair like this. And then me, like I don't care. Like I don't shave. I don't freaking worry. I don't worry about freaking hair. I just wear my hair however I want to, because I do what I want to when I want to, because that's what life should be about. This one looks a little weird here. I think this is one I added recently. So like this one is one I could definitely crochet a lot more because I see it's poking up on the ends. Yeah, it's poking up here. But like when people see my hair, like they know it's not my hair. Like people ain't stupid. Greetings from Israel. What up, Israel? Do you follow this guy on YouTube named is Electric Israeli? This guy has a Tesla channel. And it's kind of funny that I say that this guy has a Tesla channel because, believe it or not, like this is a thing now. Like it's a thing to have a channel where you just only talk about Tesla. Like I follow a lot of channels on YouTube, and that's the only thing they talk about is just Tesla. Like whatever happens with Tesla, they make a video and they talk about it, right? They give their opinion. Oh Tesla, they're building a gigafactory in Berlin. I think it's gonna take 25 years for them to open this gigafactory because Europeans are just really, really, really slow. It just takes them forever. Like they would open 20 more gigafactories in China before they open this one in Berlin. Like they just talk about stuff, different ones, and it just tripped me out. Like, I find it very, very entertaining. Like, like very, very entertaining. Somebody talking about don't grow out your head logs. Roots are like oil and water. Speaking of Israel, once you see that girl you met in South Africa again. Oh, that girl. She lives in Israel. I don't know if she's back. Who knows? She's probably still traveling somewhere. She was one of those types that like she could literally travel like forever, nonstop. Oh yeah, I did not go to a lot. Tesla is hiring for solar panels. They provide training. Oh, you know what? Like I was thinking to myself, if I want to work for any company right now, if I want to work for any company, what company would be the best company to work for? The first thing I thought of was like, okay, Apple, right? Just go get a job at the Apple store. And then I thought, no, the best job, the best. No, and what I mean by the best job, I'm talking about nothing like a career job, but this job could actually be a career job. Like the best job, like to work for a company, right? I said to myself, it would be Tesla, yo. It would be freaking Tesla. Do you guys know why I would say Tesla? Okay, the reason why I would say Tesla is because if you could get a job at Tesla, even if you like are assembling something in a factory, if you're cleaning up in a factory, if you're delivering cars, if you're installing solar panels, whatever, if you can actually get a job with Tesla and you work with the company, what they're gonna give you is stocks, and they're gonna give you stock options. And if you invest that money in, like honestly, I think Tesla is really gonna grow. Like it's my largest position by far, and it's kind of crazy because like a couple weeks ago, it just got even bigger because Tesla like increased so much, and I'm just like holy crap, and I'm just like I definitely want to buy some more Tesla, and I definitely want to buy another company I'm paying a lot of attention to It's Tesla, and I actually want to, buy Beyond Meat. That's definitely a company I've been paying a lot of attention to, because like Beyond Meat has fallen like quite a bit. Um, Another company is Uber. Okay, Uber. So like Monday, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I'm gonna buy more shares of Uber. So you guys may wonder like, Jermaine, why in the hell would you want to invest in Uber, right? Like, don't you think Uber is gonna fail? And I know you guys have heard a lot of things in the news about how Uber is, they're running into all these labor issues, and drivers aren't making money, and drivers this and drivers that. But guys, don't forget, don't forget, okay? This game now is a data game. This is a data game. Just like years ago when Amazon was selling books on their website, and they started to, go from books, and they would start selling other random stuff, musics, not musics, but they started selling tapes and cassettes, and they just moved on to bigger and better items. They're also collecting data and figuring out what people wanted to buy. And and guys, don't forget about this. Don't forget about this here. The stock price is going to fluctuate. There are a lot of people selling out of Uber right now. There's a lot of people selling their positions out of Uber because they've made so much money off of Uber. Okay, the lockup period just ended, and what that means is, when you work for a company like Uber, let's say that Uber has, you've worked for Uber for the past 5 years. Uber is going to give you X amount of shares in the company. So when the company goes public, you can't sell the shares immediately. Like, you have to wait, right? When you wait to sell the shares, this could be a good thing or a bad thing, because when the stock price IPO, it could go up like Beyond Meat, or it could go down like freaking Uber did, right? Okay, so now the stock price goes down, but you get all these shares for free, right? Because you've worked for the company, so you basically get all of these shares for free. So yeah, the price has dropped by 50%, but so what? Like, it's all free money to you. So you decide to sell out, and all these other people decide to sell out after the lockup period, which was last week. That's why Uber stock dropped so much last week. And then you look at the CEO, like Travis Kalanick, right? Travis Kalanick sold out like a boatload of shares, okay? Like, I think it was $500 million worth. And people are saying, yeah, he's selling out because he knows this company's crap. But guys, think about this. Think about this, yo. Okay. Okay, for someone like Travis Kalanick, he is worth millions of dollars, right? But it's not like Travis Kalanick goes to the bank and he has millions of dollars in his accounts. His money is like invested in other things to make him more money. So basically, when Travis wants money to invest in another business, he doesn't just has this money sitting in his bank account. So Travis sells, hundreds of millions of dollars in Uber shares. So now he can invest this money into another business. Okay, his new venture, which is Cloud Kitchens, which is a company I'm definitely going to invest in, yo. Like, I think it's a freaking brilliant idea. Are anybody still listening? Because I noticed that like no comments are here. I'm just wondering, like, am I like just talking to myself? Because there's like a bunch of you guys watching, but like there's nothing going on. Okay, so like, so right now, like Travis Kalanick, he's coming out with this company called Cloud Kitchens. Do you guys know like what Cloud Kitchens is all about? The company gives stock price in place of income, so they can say they pay their employees less. Yes. Okay, it really depends on the situation, because some people do get stock options and they get less income, but then some people don't. Like, it depends depending on how long you've been with the company. Okay, you guys are still listening. All right. Okay, so like basically with Cloud Kitchens, I guess you guys don't. Okay, if you guys don't know about Cloud Kitchens, because this is like a startup that like I don't think a lot of normal people would hear about, because it's just kind of one of those out there startups. Okay, so for example, you have a chicken restaurant, right? And your restaurant's very busy, all right? And then what do? You add Uber Eats on top of that, okay? So once you add Uber Eats on top of that, you already got people waiting outside your restaurant because your restaurants are already popping. You add Uber Eats, and now you need to make more chicken because people are like, yo, we can just order the food on Uber Eats, right? So what happens? This is the problem. Your kitchen get jammed up, okay? Your kitchen get jammed up, so now it takes you longer to get the food out to your customers, right? Because you got these other orders that are coming out. And on top of that, you got all these freaking delivery people in and out your restaurant all day. You know, you constantly got people walking in with a helmet on. You know, you constantly got somebody walking in with a big bag. You know, you got somebody walking in. You know, you constantly got like people walking in and out. You know, they walk in, the food's not ready, they walk out, and then they gotta walk back in. You got more foot traffic in your restaurant when you have food delivery, okay? So what Cloud Kitchens is, it's a solution for that, okay? Cloud Kitchens is basically a way that a company could, okay, let's say you got this busy chicken restaurant and it's constantly busy, all right? Okay, what the chicken restaurant can do is they can lease out a small kitchen at Cloud Kitchens. Cloud Kitchens is like, it's kind of like an office, not an office, but it's like a warehouse. And it's a small warehouse, and they convert these small areas into kitchens. And the chicken restaurant can have a restaurant there, okay? Once they have a restaurant at this location, they can move all their delivery orders to this location here. And they don't have to have their delivery orders going to the main restaurant. So now they can serve their customers at the main restaurant, and they don't have to come up with, you know, $100,000 to open up a new restaurant, you know, just to service the, you know, just to service, you know, deliveries. They can open up a much smaller restaurant, and they focus all their deliveries at that smaller restaurant, and you know, this way they can just have, you know, it just separates the food delivery from the restaurant. And you can have 10 different restaurants, 20 different restaurants in one Cloud Kitchen. And now you can have, you know, one Cloud Kitchen in this part of the city and one Cloud Kitchen in this other part of the city. So like you can have two different restaurants. So like you got one near the financial district and you got one near the outer mission. And you have majority of your orders coming out of these Cloud Kitchens. And that's how they, you know, that's how they got it going now. Oh yeah, 66 Morrison Street, San Francisco. Yes, yes. Yeah, it is dope. How do you switch accents? I switch accents, really? No, so Cloud Kitchens is like basically delivery for restaurants. How do you get paid coaching calls to move to SF? What do you mean coaching calls, Joshua? Coaching calls to move to SF. Yeah, there has to be demand for that now. Oh yeah, with all these freaking restaurants that, you know, deliver now, oh, there's definitely demand for it. There is definitely demand for it, and it's much cheaper for restaurants because, you know, when a restaurant opens, let's use this chicken example, this chicken restaurant for an example. Okay, they already have one restaurant, and that restaurant's successful. Maybe because they have, you know, decent rent, you know, maybe because they got a decent location and they've been there for a long time. But now when they want to open the new restaurant, they want to be in a decent area where they get foot traffic. So they have to be in a prime area. And prime area, the real estate is much more expensive. But when you have a kitchen that's in a warehouse and it's a Cloud Kitchen, it can be off the beaten path, and like the real estate is much cheaper. So you can just save money like all around the board. There are places where individuals can rent kitchens for a short period of time to do small batch kitchens in Chicago. Yeah, so Cloud Kitchen is basically gonna be that. Ooh, I'm just yawning over here. Yeah, so I think it's going to be a really good idea. And then Uber, so one reason why I'm paying a lot of attention to Uber stock is, okay, so like, you know, Travis Kalanick, he sells out, you know, millions of shares of Uber to basically, he sells out all these shares of Uber. So why would I invest in it? Because the CEO is selling out, the ex-CEO is selling out. It must be something wrong with this company. But that doesn't necessarily mean the case. Like, you can actually go back in time and you can look at a company like Apple, okay? You can look at a company like Apple and you can see that Steve Jobs sold out all of his shares of Apple twice. Like, twice. He sold out all of his shares. Okay, so basically, like, if Steve Jobs sold out all of his shares, maybe he didn't have any faith in the company. If you look at Mark Zuckerberg, CEO of Facebook, he has sold out of Facebook shares so many times, yo. Like, over and over and over, he sold out millions and millions and millions of shares of Facebook. Like, just sold them, just sold them, just sold them, and sold them. And what happens? The stock price keeps going up. It keeps going up. So why does he sell all of these shares of Facebook? Because, yo, he wants money to, like, do other things with. He wants money to invest in other projects, to invest in other businesses, to purchase real estate, to buy a private jet. You know, he wants cash, and people like that, like, have money tied up in companies. They have it tied up in stocks. They have it tied up in real estate. Um, Coaching calls, like 15 minutes of me asking you questions about making money in SF. I'll pay you. Oh, okay, coaching calls. Okay, so I have done a lot of coaching calls. I usually do it through the app, the one. But we can definitely do coaching calls, like, for sure. I'm definitely down for that. Because I can definitely tell you some places to rent or to look that maybe someone else wouldn't tell you, you know. I can tell you some pretty decent places. Yeah, I'm totally down to do some coaching calls. Are you thinking of moving out to the Bay Area from some other part of the U.S.? Yeah, the CEO of Alibaba sold his shares too. I'll tell you someone who's not selling their shares. Elon Musk, he has a lot of shares of Tesla, and he's not selling shares of Tesla. I'm pretty sure he will, though. You know, I'm pretty sure he definitely will in the future, because they all do. Like, they all sell shares of Tesla. But I'm pretty sure someone like Elon Musk has income coming from other places. You know, Tesla is not his only big business. He's got way more things going on. What's the best way to okay, so we can do Instagram, and then we can do a Venmo payment if you want, or we can do a Cash App payment. Oh, you're in Long Beach. Oh, so you're already in California. So you're already familiar with the West Coast lifestyle. I heard they have zoning issues as you can create warehouses. You can't have human food nearby. Oh, so I I, I could see that being a problem. I could definitely see that being a problem. Yeah, that could definitely be a problem there. But knowing someone like Travis Kalanick, they'll probably figure out some way to, like, recreate a new zoning law or something. Like, I'm pretty sure they. I mean, these people are really smart, yo. I'm pretty sure they got something figured out. They got something up their sleeve. Yeah, I'm still in Memphis. I'm at Overland Park right now. I'm just sitting out here in the park. Yo, just doing a little live stream. As soon as I get off this phone, I'm gonna get meet up with my mom. We gotta go meet up with my brother. Yeah, hit me up on IG. So are you gonna move up there to work? No, so he wasn't removed as CEO. What he was removed from is he was removed from the board of directors. Um, Hold on, was he removed from the board? He was moved from he got in trouble with the whole after the whole 420 stock thing, and he was removed from, I forget what he was removed from. I think he was removed from the board of directors, but he's still the CEO. So he can't, like basically they got him under, like, stock watch. So, like, he can't talk about certain things. Are you from Oakland? Oakland in the house. I hear y'all. I heard y'all. Oakland in the house. Yo, I haven't been vlogging lately. I don't know what's up. Like, I just haven't been feeling it. So since I haven't been feeling it, I just haven't been vlogging. I'm like yawning like crazy. What is going on here? Am I sleepy or something? I just have to check my phone battery. I'm at like 84%. It's 64%. Are you gonna fly back and forth? You can totally do that, bro. Dude, I know a lot of Uber drivers that come up from LA and drive for Uber because you can make more with Uber, and it's easier to drive here because it's the city versus LA, which is like a sprawl. So people love coming up here. Like I talk to people in the Facebook groups all the time that straight up come up here, drive for that Uber, make some money, and then go back down to LA, live their life, and they have like days off work, you know. You should vlog with some women in bikinis. Well, not over here in Memphis, man. Ain't nobody got no bikinis out around here. This ain't the temperature. I'm getting a boosted board and use my board in SF. Yes, you should get a boosted board. Boosted board's pretty awesome, man. How difficult is it traveling through Europe on train or Ryanair? Okay, so train is chill on Europe in Europe because one cool. I'm gonna give you the benefits and the disadvantages. So like, a train is cool to take in Europe just because trains usually leave from the city center, so you don't have to like if you're already in the city center, you can probably walk to the train station in most European cities, and that makes it very convenient because you don't have to like go way out to an airport and pay to get way out to an airport and then have to show up there 2 hours early and then go through airport security and then make sure you pour out all your liquids. And so sometimes a train can be chill because if you're just going from city to city, and if you're like staying in a hostel, and sometimes if you're staying in a hostel, maybe you want to cook, right? And sometimes if you want to cook, you might have something in your bag, or you may have a food bag, and you may have things like liquids in your food bag. And if you just take a train, you don't go through any airport security. You can keep all your liquids and your food crap in your bag with you, and then once you get to the new place, you get off in the middle of the city center, you walk to your new hostel, and then bam, you can start back to cooking. This is something I don't usually do, but I'm just giving an example here. Or you can take Ryanair, and if you take Ryanair, now you have to go to the airport. Now, if you fly with Ryanair, usually they don't fly to the closest airport. They usually fly to an airport that's maybe outside of the city. So that this is something you want to take into consideration. Once when I was in Sweden, right, I booked this flight going from Sweden to London, and the flight was super cheap. It was like $11 or no, I think the flight was $9, right? The flight was $9. Do you know how much it was gonna cost me to get to the airport though, from the city center? Like it was gonna be a 2.5 hour journey, and it was gonna cost like $40 to get to the airport. Like $40 to get to the airport to catch a $9 flight. And then once I get to London, I would have to pay another $15 to get from the airport from London to the city center because that airport was so freaking far from London that I mean, you might as well could just say that you're flying to a different city in the UK, basis London, basic, versus I'm flying to London. You might as well be like, yo, I'm flying to bumfuck UK, instead of I'm flying to London because I basically did not fly to like that flight was not going to London. That flight was going to some other city in the UK that was close to London, and then from there you got to commute all the way to London, which is going to take another 2 hours. You know what I mean? So like, it really depends. Like Ryanair can be cool. I would recommend if you use Ryanair, do a Google search of the airport, both airports, right? You want to make sure you do a Google search of the airports because this way you can see just how far away from the airports, like just how far away it is. Now, some airports, Ryanair don't take you crazy far out. Okay, it's only some certain cities that they take you crazy far out. I remember I took Ryanair to Rome, Italy, right? And there was two airports in Italy, and both of those airports were like were the opposite from each other, but both of them took about the same time to get to the city center. So in that and it took about 30 minutes. So in that case, like it wasn't it's not a bad deal. Like you're not going to some airport crazy far away. But if you fly into a city like Paris, okay, you fly into Ryanair in Paris, you're not going to be flying to Charles de Gaulle, which is like the airport that's like 30 minutes away. You're going to be flying to like some other airport. I think Paris City Airport, which is not in the city, is so freaking far outside of the city that you might as well, be in another place, So with Ryanair, you can get some good deals, but you just gotta know what to look for with them. And you also gotta know with Ryanair, you gotta be careful with your bags because a lot of people get tripped up with the bags. And whatever you do, make sure you print your ticket. Make sure you print your ticket. Never show up to the airport with your ticket not printed because they're gonna charge you 50 euros. So 50 euros is what? I don't know, about $65 or something like that. That's a lot of money, yo. Just to not print your ticket. Like you just forgot to print your ticket. Like that's messed up. Rail travel has been made easy in Europe, especially through underground tunnels through the swips out. Yes, that's very true. Right on. So you're back home visiting family, good stuff. Yes, I am back home for a little bit. Have you ever thought of moving to London and doing the same hustle instead of SF? Well, I think that SF would actually be more profitable than London right now. Just because there's so much. See, the one secret about SF, like there's so much investor money being poured into SF. And that money is really easy to get because people are spending it as if it's not their money. That's going on in San Francisco. That's not going on in New York. That's not going on in London. You don't have the same like billions of dollars that are being spent on, companies that are not making profits and it's stimulating the economy. That's where I come into play. Like I'm gonna just be out there picking up some of that money they throwing on the ground. For the iPhone 11, the battery. Oh yeah, the battery's so much better. I'm accent. I know you love the UK. So the thing is, I don't know if I would work in the UK because, I probably would work in the UK eventually. Maybe I'll probably go stay in the UK for a couple months. Maybe I'll do a work visa. But like, it's something I don't want to do anytime soon. Yeah, it's something I don't want to do anytime soon. But maybe eventually visit me in Israel. Israel, like, okay, I've noticed that there have been a lot of deals for Israel coming up, like lots of $700 round trip flights. And $700 is cheap to go to Israel because Israel is like always expensive to go to, like crazy expensive. Like, it's always $1,500 from San Francisco. And it's like, yo, like, you guys just don't want people to go, like, basically. Like, that's why it's always $1,500. Like, it's crazy expensive. And lately, since they've been having this war going on, because I guess Israel's always at war, now them flights $700. I bet that plane empty going over there too. Yes, I love the battery life on the iPhone 11, but also remember I came from an I came from an iPhone 7, so that iPhone 7 was crazy slow, you know. Is it safe for a female? Is it safe for a female to travel solo to different parts of Africa? I'm gonna keep it real, yo. Like, whenever, like, last time I was in South Africa, even in Botswana, even in Namibia, I met like lots of white girls that were just traveling by themselves, like straight up, like just backpacking. Like, oh yeah, I'm going all the way down. Like, yeah, I'm going by myself. You just meet them all the time. Yeah, I do have a California driver's license. I don't know where I'm gonna be on Thanksgiving. Like, I'm probably gonna be in San Francisco if I don't go down to Santa Barbara. What up, Rob? If I don't go down to Santa Barbara, I'm thinking about going down to Santa Barbara, but I may go to Santa Barbara after Thanksgiving. I may go like the first week in December. Like, just go for the weekend. I would almost rather go for the weekend versus to go for Thanksgiving because I kind of just want to chill in SF for Thanksgiving. You been hanging out with any Australians lately? No, I haven't hung out with any Australians lately. I need to meet me some Australians, yo. Yo, I need to meet some. I haven't met any in a minute. Y'all know what I mean by when I say some meet me some Australians. I heard Uber received a lot of resistance from taxi owners in the UK. Oh, they received a lot of resistance from everywhere. But they probably got more resistance in places like Europe. because I don't know, the mentality in Europe, the working laws are like way different in Europe. And people like fight for their rights differently in Europe versus in the US. That story had me and my girl rolling. I know, dude. Like, people love that story. But, like, that video, I lost a lot of subscribers, yo. Like, I remember, like, going back and looking at the subscribers for that day, and it was just like, I lost a bunch of subscribers because what I think happened is I was traveling through South Africa, Botswana, and Namibia, right? And I believe I gained a lot of subscribers in those countries. And in a lot of these countries, like, either you're for it or you're against it, you know? You're against, gay stuff or you're for it. And a lot of people there are definitely against it, you know? So I believe I added a lot of subscribers and then a lot of people just unsubscribed from me. Because I can't see, like, my American subscribers unsubscribing. Like, why would they have a reason to? They're a little bit more, I don't know, I'm not trying to say, it kind of sounds messed up, what I'm saying here, but, like, I'm not trying to say that, like, the Africans are conservative, but, like, I remember, like, I got a lot of messages from, like, people from South Africa, and they're like, yo, did you really just tell this story? And I'm like, yeah, like, I don't really care. Like, yeah, yeah, it happened. In regards about bike delivery from your experience in SF, within how many miles is the average bicycle pickup delivery? Thanks. Um, the average mile is gonna be like less than 1 mile. It's gonna be usually it's gonna be less than 1 mile to pick up and drop off, because the city's very dense. The city's very dense, so there's lots of there's lots of restaurants and there's lots of people all in between each other. So it's gonna be less than a mile. London makes me dizzy. Would you ever consider lending this group tours through Europe? Um, I don't know. I'll definitely go back to Europe. Remember your porn story? Yeah. Jermaine is a freak. Jermaine is totally a freak. I traveled to the UK for vacationing and immigration. Thought I was looking for employment there and wondered why I'm an engineer here. Oh, who knows? Sometimes they just randomly mess with people. Yeah, sometimes they just randomly mess with people. That sun is going down and it's getting cold out here. So, guys, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna end the stream because I'm gonna go get ready to meet my mama somewhere. I'll bike 30 miles in SF during morning and night shifts. Oh wow. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get ready to end this stream. But yeah, this was a good, fun stream, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. No, I haven't done Uber and Lyft in any other countries. Yes, SF has lots of hills. The hills are very deceptive too. You think that, like, oh yeah, it's just right over there, but then when you put that hill into account, it's not just right over there. It's kind of way over there, you know. Just found you this morning. Oh, you just found me this morning. Awesome. Well, I'm just traveling in my hometown right now, just doing this and doing that. Look at my hairstyle today. I'm rocking it like this. Like, the front's all out. I hate this freaking one right here. Like, this one was longer, and then this one was short and was sticking up like this, and then I made it short, you know? I made it long, and then I didn't like it long, so I made it short again, and it's doing the same freaking thing it was doing before. Tell your mama hi for me, I will. Your hair is dope. Oh, thanks. That's what's up. Jermaine, the best thing. Y'all know it. Internet good and Peru. I don't know about the internet. But anyway, I'm out, y'all. I love y'all. Have a good day. Have an amazing day. Eat some awesome food. Do what else you do. Peace out.